Hello, what could it be? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be making a resin bookmark. So I recently got back into reading books, physical books instead of on my Kindle, and I realized that I don't have any bookmarks. So my mom offered to give me one, but I was like, I'd rather make my own because I want to make a Harry Potter themed bookmark. It's October, spooky season, so I thought, why not make it based on one of my favorite series? Did I read the books? Um, okay, so I'm going on Canva. Okay, I'm going on Canva. And I'm going to be using this bookmark template and just deleting everything off of it and starting from scratch. So I have this image that has Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I know weirdly, like some of the images have Philosopher's Stone, so I'm not sure if that's like the British version of this book. But I chose this book out of the series because it's my favorite movie and it's the first introduction into the world of Hogwarts and Harry's world, and we get to see his origin story. So I chose this book and a quote from this movie. So yeah, maybe I'll do like additional movies and like pick a favorite quote from each movie. But for now, I just chose my favorite movie, and yeah, I'm just manipulating the image to cover the background and cropping what I want to crop out. And I wanted to, oh yeah, I did sketch in Procreate how I wanted the layout a little bit. So I know I wanted the scarf, I wanted his glasses, Hedwig with the letter and the castle. So this is just everything completed. I'll download it as a PDF and I will print it out. This is when I noticed that the print was so much bigger than the template or the mold. And so I thought, okay, I'll just try to use what I have and just make a bookmark and pour like resin on top of it. So yeah, this is me cutting it out. I'm really rusty at cutting. And so yeah, I just unstuck one side and stuck it to the other one. You're a wizard, Harry. That's my favorite quote of the movie. Yeah, so I had no idea what I was doing, but I just didn't want to like totally waste the material. So I was like, this is me just trying to salvage what I printed out. And yeah. Okay, so here is me with the little like base thing that I built out of like the bookmark molds to lift the one that I made above it. I thought I was really doing some scientific things with that, like so that the resin would like, I don't really know what I was thinking. Like I just wanted to elevate it so that the resin could like drip off the edges, I guess. But yeah, it didn't really drip off the edges, surprisingly. It just like pooled in the edges. So yeah, maybe the lift stand was like a bad idea. But yeah, this is like me trying to even out all these little gaps that I was seeing. Yeah, it was very like nerve-wracking and tedious. Like I'm not familiar with this medium, so I didn't really know how to work with it, and I was just like, yeah, this is a very like spur of the moment idea. So I didn't really have very high hopes. I just wanted to see what would happen. And yeah, I got my little UV lamp and just put it over top to see what would happen. I could see it underneath the lamp like curling, which is kind of cool to see, but it doesn't really help what I was trying to do. Like, I need a bookmark to be flat. So yeah, I just flipped it over and doing the same thing to the other side. And I really wish that the mold could have fit this size, because this is the size of bookmark that I'm used to having. The mold is for like a really skinny small one. Um, and I like how big the words are in this print, but yeah, you'll see how it comes out in a bit. So this is how it came out. Overall, it looks pretty good. Um, the only thing is like the top and all the edges don't have resin, and there was like a little thing that I tried to fix and fill in. So yeah, there's a little like texture issues and things like that. Several days later. So this is when I reprinted it out smaller. You could definitely tell like this is more how the mold looks. So I think it was still like very slightly off, but it was way closer. And I just had to cut out the little piece on the edge for the hole for the bookmark and fit it in there. So yeah, like I was gonna put down a layer of resin, put the sticker in, put another layer. So that was like my initial plan. So this is me putting down the base layer and like spreading it out evenly. And it was like, yeah, a very tedious thing. Like I could kind of see why a lot of people like epoxy, because it's just a bigger pour, it's a bigger quantity at once. But this UV is like just a little squeeze, a little squeeze, a little squeeze. So to me, it's a little very like harder to work with for my like perfectionism mind. I'm just like, you gotta make sure you get in this corner. That's, oh, the little bubble. Oh, like, yeah, it was very stressful for me. Like, yeah, like it didn't spread all the way behind the little peg thing. And this is me putting in the sticker and putting the layer on top. So I thought this is really gonna be pretty much perfect. But yeah, we're gonna see how this one comes out.
Oh, no.
Okay, so I took another break and I was really determined to try again. So I had a new strategy. I decided to put the sticker on the bottom and not separate the sticker so that it doesn't have that bleeding issue. And I was definitely pouring a lot more, um, just to make sure that it covered the edges because of that big gap that I had previously. And I was like moving it around, which I think created a lot of bubbles, but I didn't really notice them. So that's one of the things that I wish I would have noticed, is the bubbles that were forming. And so after I did one side, I flipped it over, put it back inside the mold so that I can do a top layer. So it was a little warped, but I just pressed down really hard to get it in there. And yeah, I just put the top layer on. So let me know down in the comments below, what is your favorite Harry Potter movie? And if you have a favorite quote from the Harry Potter series, I'm curious to know. And yeah, if you have also read the books, because I haven't read them. Um, I was first introduced to the series from the movies when I was like in elementary school. So yeah, the books were kind of above my reading level, and as I got older, I just never really got into them. So there's still a chance to get into the actual books maybe later. So with this part, I have all three versions of the bookmark, and I'm trying to see which one's my favorite, inspecting them, seeing which one I'm going to keep. Um, so the first one, looking at the two resin ones that I made, and there's like a very clear one that's just so horrible. Like this first resin pour is a big crack on the top, so they're definitely getting thrown out. The first one that's not really in the mold, it's pretty passable, but it's just not what I was going for. So the last one is the best one, even though it has this big, like, weird edge and a lot of bubbles, but it has the tassel hole, so that's the one that I'm going to choose. And I also went and got a red tassel, um, and put it on. And I'm also going to put a yellow one for the Gryffindor colors. And even though it's not perfect, I'm really proud of um, how I designed it. I picked the quote and I created it exactly how I wanted it. So, yeah. So, the message of today is believe in yourself. As we are introduced to Harry, we see him underneath the staircase being neglected by his family, and soon after, he gets invited to Hogwarts, and they don't want him to go, but Hagrid scoops him up and takes him. And once he is in the wizard world, he learns that he's the boy who lived. He goes to school and learns about his parents. And even before he learned about his parents and the lore, the lore about him, he to me still seemed confident. Like he didn't really seem affected by what his family, how they were treating him, and he just walked with his chin up. And once he got to the school, he was um, helping Hermione. He was putting Malfoy in his place. He was like, like this teacher is about to steal. I'm gonna stop them. Like he really stepped up in every way, and he believed in himself, even though he came from where he came from, and I really resonate with that. Um, and I'm trying to embody that as I transition into putting my art out there and becoming an artist and believing in myself. So, um, yeah, that's the message of today: is to believe in yourself and put yourself out there. So, thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts and what I should create next. And I'll see you next time. Bye.